probably a terrible idea, but I'll take a couple steps down. Why not? Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm the Hidden Gems Wanderer. Here I am in Pittsburg, New Hampshire, the largest town in New Hampshire, actually, as far as land goes. Standing at the first Connecticut Lake at the dam, and just looking around, hanging out. It's quite the isolated town we're in here. Quite the view. I've hung out at this lake many times. It's a beautiful lake, especially in the summer, but even in the wintertime, I mean, you can see it now. Good amount of snow on the ground right now. I'm sure everybody's coming up to snowmobile this weekend. I gotta actually make sure I'm steering clear of this trail so nobody hits me. I don't think I'm supposed to be walking on this. These lakes are actually where the Connecticut River begins. So if you go up further to the fourth Connecticut Lake, around a very small pond is, believe it or not, where all the water starts. And then it comes down through each of these lakes. This is the first Connecticut Lake. There's a few others up the road. It's about maybe a 25-30 minute drive to, I believe, fourth Connecticut Lake. I could be wrong on that. I may not remember correctly, but it's a ways out there for sure. And here on the first Connecticut Lake, there's actually a marker in which it tells the story of Luther Parker and the Indian Stream Republic and his involvement in it. We'll get a little closer. You guys can pause. Oh, I guess that's as far as it goes. The name Connecticut, which designates the river and the lakes, comes from Algonquin word Connecticut and means site of the long river or next to the big river. But here in Pittsburg is actually known to be one of the most remote communities in the state of New Hampshire. Very vast, isolated community especially, but that's the price to pay, you know, if you want this solitude. I'm not sure if you can see those black dots. I believe are snowmobilers on the end. Turn around so I don't get hit. I think I'd hear them though. Cautious though, cautious. You can just see in the distance how far this goes. This is just one of the lakes too. First Connecticut. Typically before the winter hits, the water lines around up to here. So I'd be standing in probably above my head of water right now. Water droughts out, comes down to about, I think like somewhere around here. I'm not trying to step into the abyss here, but somewhere around like right there. You can probably see the line during the fall months. And then the rest of the year, the whole lake is completely frozen. This quiet lake you're seeing feeds one of the most important rivers in New England. I used to swim here as a kid. It didn't feel as historic then, but now it's fascinating to think about. Long before Pittsburgh existed, indigenous people moved along the waterways like this. This region was home to the Abenaki,
who traveled these lakes and forests for food, trade, and survival. Walking here today, you can almost imagine their canoes gliding across the waters. It makes you realize how long people have been moved by this land and how much history these quiet waters hold.
During a lot of the summer days, holy cow, it's getting deeper right here. It's up to my knees. A lot of summer months, I think all the snow has been blowing adrift. All this snow getting deeper right here. But I've had many cookouts right here with my family over the years. Get some fruit salad going. We've had birthday parties here. I remember one year my older cousin, he has his birthday, I believe, on the 4th of July, and never forget it, my aunt made a cake. It had blueberries and strawberries on the top, the American flag. One of my favorite cakes I ever had. But yeah, there's a little grill right here. And then down here is usually like a little beach. Right here where I'm actually standing would be all rock. I would be standing on rock right now. Oh, here's a snowmobile coming. Here, if you can see, there's a branch up here. Looks like actually somebody got their fishing line snagged, lost a whatever that is, fuzzy thing. But yeah, usually there'll be it looks like the branch actually got broken off or something, but usually we'll throw a rope over that, swing into the water right here. There's like a big flat rock. I'm standing on a big huge rock right now. It goes all the way down to there. Goes all the way up here. I think it stops like halfway up here somewhere. Beautiful, beautiful spot to hang out. Hopefully there's no animals hanging out in here, but yeah, beautiful spot over here. Just nice deep woods. Not really. It's a total joke. There's actually a little shortcut, I think, somewhere. Maybe it's not here anymore. We used to take a little shortcut out that way, kind of sneak around to our picnic tables and such. Whoa, just slipped there. Looks like, yeah, here's first Connecticut. I'm standing somewhere around up here, I believe. Like if you tip my finger around there. Over here's Canada, Quebec, all that fun stuff. Up here's Second Lake. That's where we're heading soon. There's actually a trail that cuts across. I believe that's the dam between this lake and the other. Don't quote me on that, but right up here you can cut across and go across up on Diamond Ridge. And the third Connecticut Lake's up here, and then even further up, it's not on this map, but fourth Connecticut Lake. Might not be able to see what's on here. Oh, found some words. We just arrived to the second Connecticut Lake. We are here parked at the dam. There's actually a trail I've hiked a couple times over that way in that direction. This lake has a lot more accessible trails to the road. As you can see, the Connecticut River down there. Careful while I'm walking down here. But here there is the dam, all the way out there. If the clouds weren't in the way, I believe we'd be able to see Mount McGalloway in the distance here. But it's very cloudy today. I'm actually gonna see if I can get a little walk out that way. I can show you that side of the lake. But yeah, here's the dam. So, as of getting out my car, I started the video, and here I am getting a stick. You may wonder why I'm getting this stick. That's because a few seconds after I got out of my car, I realized I locked myself out. I was a little too focused on this video to think about that. Oh, here comes a bunch of snow onto me. Showing you guys a little insight of North Country living and being an idiot.
It was an amazing day, full of history, quiet lakes, and winter scenery. And as if the day wasn't already full of surprises, I managed to lock myself out of my car here at the second Connecticut Lake. Not the smoothest ending, but hey, it's all about exploring hidden gems.